beautiful people, and welcome back to another soulful session of Mondays with Mondane. This is where we dive deep into the rhythm of life, love, and liberty. Oh, of course, democracy. Oh, yeah. I'm your host, Edie Mondane, and I'm ready to groove with you through the beats of this week. Tonight, we're diving into a deep conversation that's urgent, necessary, and pungent. We're at a pivotal moment in our nation's history, a moment where the political climate is shifting, and it's up to us to steer it in the right direction. The choices we make today will determine the future of our communities, our children, and the very fabric of our society. Contributing to this conversation this evening is John Tolbert, president of the Black Chamber of Commerce in Portland, Oregon, and manager extraordinaire, chief technician, and everything else for Poshines International. We're going to talk about the current political climate and moving forward and being united. Listen, let's start by addressing the elephant in the room, the political climate. It's all over the place. We're currently navigating a very difficult place. It's no secret that the division in our country has been deepened by the rhetoric and policies that seek to drive us apart rather than to bring us together. But now, more than ever, we've got to find ways to unite across races, ethnicities, and communities. And we've got to build a stronger America. We just got to. We can't afford to stand idly by as decisions are made that impact our lives, our livelihoods, and our liberties. Give us free. We must be proactive people, not just in words, but in actions. And moving forward, our focus must be on building coalitions, supporting one another, and ensuring that our voices are not just heard, but are influential in the shaping of this America and our future. We're going to talk a little bit about Project 2025, a threat we cannot ignore. John, what do you think about that so far?
It's unfortunate that our country is headed in that direction based on our Constitution and the things that we stand for. America has always been a place of the free, the home of the brave, opportunity for diverse people and those who are of color and all walks of life.
Well, how does the chambers, the Black American chambers, fit into that whole conversation? How do we expect them to, you all have a special stable of black horses with white robes, maybe? What is that? How does the Black Chamber fit into the equation?
Well, with the removal of affirmative action, we got to really get aggressive at looking at how we can play in this game and be effective at winning. Because they're trying to remove all the obstacles necessary so that we're not able to be as effective as we once were, especially coming up in the 60s.
Are they removing obstacles, or are they putting obstacles in our way?
That's a good point. I believe they are putting them in our way.
Okay. And one of the things that you fight with in the Black American Chambers is mostly funding. Is that correct?
Correct.
Tell me some of the other things that the Chamber does to strengthen marginalized communities.
Well, some of the things we've done, like during the pandemic era, we were able to really make an appearance and help over 91 businesses with about $1.8 million in funding. But some of the things we begin to understand after the pandemic cleared, some of the businesses went out of business due to the fact they didn't have maybe the necessary coaching or the support, because a lot of people can receive money, but what do you do with it when you get it is sometimes the question.
The uniqueness about you being the president of the Congress is that you also are an executive director and a general manager.
You're correct.
Yeah, I couldn't find it, so executive director works for me. Okay, you're the boss. Okay, and except for me, you ain't no boss of me.
Exactly. But you be the boss. You be the boss.
This is my little brother too. So I mean, how do we look to the chambers, and what is it going to do for us looking forward? What should we be looking for the chambers to help us navigate? Now, I heard you say that education and funding and the allocations thereof, where to get them from, how we apply for them, what we need. In your findings in the businesses that never came back, tell us a little bit about that and what we're doing to kind of bring some life back to that area. Do we want to, or do we want to make a coalition that's going to take us higher? What are we doing?
Well, it's necessary to get mentors, business mentors in place to help coach, especially small businesses who are just starting, so that they can have a real good strategy, a great business plan, and also understand budget, taxes, how things operate effectively so that they can achieve success and hopefully graduate to generational wealth. But our goal is to be able to provide that just a real simple pattern so people can understand that good business brings good results, but it takes time, takes hard work, sacrifice, suffering, frustration, aggravation. You keep naming it, it keep happening.
Don't be trying to hit me down there. Hey, calm down. Well, we went all the way to the fourth. Listen, there are must-dos for the black community.
Yes.
So what are the must-dos for our black communities as we move forward? And I've challenged us with 4 steps. We created 4 challenges that we've got to look at. And I want to hear what you got to say about it. We've got to support black-owned and it's stuck businesses.
Correct. I completely agree. Just like in the 60s when Martin Luther King led a lot of the businesses and supporting even through the church, we were united. Mm-hmm. And that's the key. We have to be united. Let our differences go, be sober-minded and realize that there's a great deal more at stake.
We've got to make a concerted effort to support black-owned businesses. Mm-hmm. This means, I think, and you correct me if I'm wrong, shopping daily and shopping locally, spreading the word, using our economic to uplift our communities, that kind of thing?
Yeah, that's absolutely correct. The more we can appeal to one another, let each other know what services we provide, what's available, how we can best help one another. For example, Kaysen Meats is a popular location.
Kaysen's has been around for generations.
Correct. And
he was the only black butcher in Portland.
Correct.
Yeah.
And so why aren't we supporting him?
Where's he located at? This is Kaysen's Meats we're talking about. And you'll see it at the bottom of your screen. Mm-hmm. Theo Kaysen, a good dude and a mighty good family man.
Yes, sir. And he's located on the corner of MLK and Alberta, in Northeast Portland.
Martin Luther King in Alberta in Northeast Portland.
Correct.
The old African-American stomping ground. That's where our communities were broadly based at one time, but it's kind of like changed all of a sudden. Gentrification, is that a word?
Yeah, that is a word, a very popular one.
Something else we've got to do is we've got to engage in political advocacy. Mm-hmm. We've got to be more than just voters, man. We must be advocates. This means engaging in our elected officials and attending town hall meetings. Stop for a minute. We have got to attend town hall meetings if you can, and if they're boring as heck, just stay there until you get the groove. I'm going to start showing up, and I'm going to start telling you when I'm showing up so you can come and be with me, and we don't have to say a word, just sit there like this and go, what's up, man? Yeah, we got you. Being active participants in the political process, our voices are then forced to be heard, and it's something that becomes a force, the unsettling force that cannot be ignored. I want to offer something else, and I want you to talk a lot about this. Strengthen community bonds. Unity begins at home, mm-hmm. and just like you spoke before, we need to come out and support our own. We must work to strengthen the bonds within our communities through the mentorship programs that you talked about. Stop for a minute. Mm. Tell me what the mentorship programs would look like, and what if you had a magic wand, you would say, this is what we need to do, and we need to do it right now. What do we need to do? Well,
we wouldn't reinvent the wheel. One of the things one of our fellows...
Why not? It's a wood wheel, and they're using steel ones now.
Well, why reinvent it? It's still a wheel.
Or titanium, I don't know. But we need a wheel, right?
Yeah. After really working side by side with like the Native American Chamber, the Paco Chamber, we began to pick up some of the things they were doing that were really effective. And one of them was mentoring small businesses one at a time. They would go walk with them for about a year and really work with them on a regular basis at building business and what it takes and what it involves. And then we find that they get into a place to where they can begin to fly on their own and begin to take off and soar, hopefully to great success.
Wonderful. I tell you what is the need right now? If you were to say, this is how you can help the Black Chambers, this is how you can wrap your arms around us and do and help us do what it is that we need to do to support marginalized communities, especially Black and brown people. We know that it's no longer about civil rights. We understand that.
Correct.
We know that it's about human rights and fighting for the equality of everybody, because they're after everybody. Watch your mama, your daddy, they trying to get it. What can we do to support the chambers so that they can support the community?
Well, that's a good question. You know, when we looked at that disparity report, one of the major problems was there's not enough African Americans starting their own business. And that's the key. We have to begin to look at the reality. If I have a gift, if I have a talent, if I have something that can bring me revenue, what do I need to do to launch this? And that's where the chamber steps in, because we want to be able to help individuals reach their dreams, their goals, and get generational wealth. But it takes the willingness to sit down, listen, and hear, because it's not easy. You know, it's definitely going to be challenging. But, you know, if you believe in what you have and you believe others can benefit from what you have, success will come.
Well, you know, I believe that the community model of success in moms and pop stores and et cetera, I think it's essential for that to come back to community.
Yeah, very much so.
You know, we were just talking the other day about the shoe store.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, when we were kids, the shoe shop, the place where they fix and repair shoes.
Correct.
They could repair anything, zippers on this and that and the other, and new heels on shoes and polishing shoes and et cetera. They're dying. The last one in the North End area just closed a few weeks ago.
That's right.
That craft is completely gone, and it's necessary. Cason's meat cutter services are, you know, they're a dying breed as well.
That's very much so.
So we need to bring those back and empower people to be able to do that. What are some of the other things that you think of in terms of small business ideas? Can you think of a couple right off your head?
Yeah, one of the major things now we're seeing too with the younger Generation X and the Z generation is that they're really launching a lot of platforms that allow them to sell merch, that allow them to do different types of video type projects. So they're getting it, but there's, you know, we gotta, you know, when you're at my age, the civil rights era, and then you got the younger kids, sometimes you feel left out, like you can't get with the technology so that you're able to be effective at doing that. But we have to sit down and begin to re-educate ourselves, basically, in technical assistance so that we're able to be effective at keeping up, because there's money to be made, but we have to be more broad-minded and looking at different ways we can
So
do
we're
that.
looking at supporting younger generations, Xers and Zers, in terms of being global marketers by social media and et cetera, the new wave in entrepreneurship. Is that what we're looking at?
Yeah.
People coming outside of the brick and mortar situation,
Yes, sir.
and moving inside of technology. My God. A united community is a powerful community. One of the things we've got to do, people, is educate and mobilize. Knowledge is power. We must educate ourselves and our youth about the issues that affect us. This includes understanding the policies that impact our lives on an everyday basis in real time and being ready to mobilize when necessary. An informed community is a powerful community. Would you say that?
I agree, and we definitely need to inform our community. I think all alarms should be sounding off, because critical things are at stake.
What alarm fire do you think we're at? 2 alarm, 3 alarm, 4 alarm?
Man, baby, we in DEFCON 4.
Wow.
We need to wake up.
Wow, you heard it, you know, from the fire chief. Thanks, John, for being here with us tonight. Tell us about Post Shines a little bit.
Post Shine's an excellent place to come out and dine.
Are you sure?
I'm positive.
I don't know if we're biased or not, seeing that you're looking at an owner and what do you do over there again?
I cook food.
Your job is what? What do you do? What do you do?
I'm the general manager.
legit. Oh my God! He said, if anything is wrong, go to him. Okay?
But Poshines is doing very well. We're always looking to build business. If you have an opportunity to host maybe a school function, or if you want the kids to come out and be a part of what we're doing in the local community, come on down to Poshines and be a part. We'd love to have you. We invite all PTA groups, all local social school groups. You know, we really believe in educating our children and being a pinnacle part of that.
Well, tell us about Poshines a little bit more. Just before we go, you have a dining room and you've got a
patio.
Patio.
That's right.
Okay, so tell us about the patio.
The patio is about 500, 600 square feet.
Wow, that's
a luxurious space. We have live music out there.
Luxurious, you hear?
Yeah, we have live music out there. We also September 5th, matter of fact, if we can put a plug in, we'll be having some music from Chuck Barber and his beautiful band, and
Chuck Barber and the band,
and then Tiffany Pinson, one of the commissioners that's running for District 2, will be sharing some of her insight running for that particular office.
She'll be spitting. She gonna be spitting
fire.
Fire. Okay. Listen, we're gonna close tonight's episode, but I want to remind you that the future is in our hands, folk. We have the power to shape it, to protect it. We've got to be able to build it and see it. And to ensure that progress continues, we've got to be involved. But this will require effort, unity, and a commitment to action. Let's move forward together with purpose and with passion. And let's make sure that our voices and our values are at the forefront of the changes to come. Once again, I want to thank John for being here with us this evening and joining us tonight on Mondays with, say it with me, Mondene. I want you to stay strong, stay united, and stay engaged. And until next time, take care and God bless. Oh, you know what I forgot? I forgot to thank you, our listeners, for joining in tonight with Mondays and with Mondene. And let's continue this conversation with love and be vigilant and be wholesome. I want to do some shout-outs this evening. I want to shout out to Poshines, located at 8131 North Denver. And we're going to do a special shout-out to Aunties and Tanties Daycare. Those are mamas at work all the time. We're looking at Adorn Electric right now as it lights up our lives. And it really supports this program in a very large way. Andy, Robin, Dion, and Paul, this is our production team. They are equal in height, but one of them stands tall. See, I said it different this evening. If you enjoyed this episode, please share it with your friends and families. Turn on your notifications so you never miss a thing for Mondays with Mondene. And be sure to follow us on Facebook right here to my right. Okay. And to YouTube right here to my other right. Thanks one more time for being with us at Mondays with Mondene. And remember, it's not about the music, it's about the message. And we've got to keep the message of love alive. I'll see you later, babies. You know, I talk about a lot about knowing where you came from to know where you're going. Well, I came from the projects of St. Louis, Missouri, and I ended up into the majestic mountaintops of Portland, Oregon. It's been a wonderful journey, and Lewis and Clark took that journey from St. Louis to Portland, and I took it too. It talks about who I am, and as I'm with you often in in cyberspace or on websites or on the, what do you call it, social media, I want you to know a little bit about me and who I am. This book talks about my fantasies, my failures, my triumphs, and more than that, it talks about the resiliency of being able to continue to go forward regardless of the odds. I'd get a copy. It's called From Maladies to Melodies. And I hope that you enjoy it and give me some feedback. God bless.
Hey, it's time for you to come to Poshine. Check out that catfish sandwich. Oh my goodness, is that the shrimp po' boy? Man, look at that chocolate chip cake. Man, I need to get over to Poshine's at 8139 North Denver right now because this food looks delicious. Or call if you'd like, 503-978-9000. And don't miss it, you'll be sorry.
we find ourselves making excuses. So let me be reminded, ooh, I've got to get home and tend to the brand new missus. I need some time alone. Can't just wait until I finish texting on my phone.